All right, so we're going to talk about a cartridge. We talked about the 7.92 Mauser yesterday. We're going to talk about its little brother physically that did quite a bit for the firearms world by introducing us to the intermediate cartridge, and that would be the 7.92 by 33 Kurz. You have to understand that the Germans figured out fairly quick that the 7.92 Mauser, it's an extremely powerful cartridge. And you know what? Most of their guys weren't exactly getting in fights at the far end of that range. So they started looking at what could they do? Do we really need all of this? Now, for certain instances, the German military decided they did. For example, the Luftwaffe. And I understand paratroopers are a different breed. Everything they carry in, they have to jump in with, right? So they went with the FG-42 while the rest of the German military started looking to move to something lighter that gave more firepower than a submachine gun, but not quite as much power over range as a full power rifle, because really they weren't necessarily using that. So what ended up coming out of this was we're going to saw the 7.92 by 57 off quite a bit. All right, and we're going to put a lighter bullet in it. So now you go from a 7.92 by 57 to the 7.92 by 33 millimeter long case. And the bullets as loaded by the German military were about 125 grains. Some were 123, some 125, about 125 grains, right? And what this ended up doing was this gave them performance mostly similar to the 7.92 Mauser, out to 300 meters or so, but significantly more power than the 9x19 millimeter fired by the MP38, MP40, MP41, and various other submachine guns, because the Germans issued a bunch of 9mm submachine guns. So, as far as a cartridge by itself, 125 grain roughly bullet at 22 and a half, it's not really that impressive. But you can't sit here and talk about cartridges knowing damn good and well you're going to get into modern military rifle cartridges without talking about the 7.92 by 33 Kurz. Because while the 8x50 Lebel was the father, really the grandfather, of our modern smokeless rifle cartridge, the 7.92 by 33 is very much the father of the cartridges that military members throughout the world are issued with today. So 125 grain bullet, 2250 or so, effective out to 300 meters. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want it in a belt fed. Neither did the Germans. That's why they stayed with the MG42. And while the Luftwaffe stayed with the FG-42, which was expected to pull double duty as both a rifle or light machine gun, like a squad automatic weapon. So if you sit there and took like a squad of Germans with Sturmgewehrs and 7.92 Kurz, a couple of FG-42s as automatic rifles, and MG-42, you got a lot of firepower.